This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me, I bet you wish you was me, I know this that I know. For the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, I know it, I know.
All right, everyone, welcome back. This is the Solve For Why Vlogcast, Season 2, Episode number 25. We are now halfway through Season number 2. This is getting pretty long, man. This is like Grey's Anatomy. We're about to go Season 15, Episode number 30.
They made a lot of money.
Yeah, they made a lot of money. That's what we trying to do.
Now they got that Netflix money.
Yeah, that's what we trying to do.
Yeah.
Got a little to be determined out there, about to be coming out soon. We've been... teasing about it for 2 fucking years.
Final Cut's getting nailed down as we speak.
I still haven't watched it. It's in my email box, and I don't know if I want to watch it. I told Oscar I would watch it with him. He still hasn't fucking watched it. He probably doesn't want to watch it.
I wouldn't want to watch it.
You never know, man.
Actually, I would die to watch it. I don't know, man. I'm not that type of person who I don't ever watch what I do. I like to criticize myself. I like the pain.
You got a sex tape?
Nah. I'm not gonna have a sex tape with it.
Criticize yourself. You're gonna be like, okay, I could have done a little stroke right there, a little better. All right, cool. This is about to be a lit podcast, man. I ain't come here to know. We just finished watching Daniel Negreanu get his fucking dick kicked in again. You got Ace King versus Aces, and then glory to the Supreme Leader and shit. Tired of the bullshit.
Anyway. You're lit. This is your second extra large size, truly.
Yeah.
We're 48 ounces in.
It's still halfway in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen by the end of this podcast. But this is Season 2, Episode number 25. I'm glad I could remember the fucking numbers. And we got some topics, man. We just came back from Texas.
You just came back to Vegas.
Just came back to Vegas from Texas. I don't know how long I'll be in Vegas, man. These numbers are really fucking crazy. We're about to get tested after this. Hopefully I'm negative. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Why you lie, man?
What?
You were at Bellagio yesterday.
Yeah, but I walked in and walked out.
Yeah, but
I walked in and was like, got a seat? And walked out.
Right, but if that seat were open, you'd be like, I can handle it.
Yeah, but they got fucking retainers. Do
you see Ike's tweet?
Yeah, that made me not want to leave. That guy's smart. When Ike says... stay home.
Yeah.
You probably should stay home. Yeah. When Ike says bet the pot, you should probably bet the pot. Just follow what Ike says. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You know
what this is a perfect time for? Us to come together, take a step back from playing, let the world shut down around us for a minute, and just create some fire fucking content.
We just came back from Texas. Texas was nice. We were at Palm Social in Austin, Texas.
Austin, baby.
The girls were nice.
Girls are real nice.
The girls were nice. Shout out to Victoria out there in the streets. Shout out to, I forget all their names. Oh, shout out to Iris.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rebecca.
They out there, man.
Erica.
They're in the mix.
Shout out to Erica. She runs the massage company out there. She got me a free half hour. I appreciate that. Shout out to the locals, my man.
How was your massage?
It was okay. I don't like getting table massages.
No,
they don't do it for me.
I don't really. I feel like you've never really gotten.
They don't do it for me. I'm a mess. I need proper medical care, and real attention. I need a solid 90-minute that's gonna focus on the area. My neck is fucked up right now. I don't know what I did. I was doing weighted pull-ups the day before we left. So last Monday. It's been a week and a half now. Doing weighted pull-ups, and I was struggling on the last rep, so I looked up, and when I looked up, it all fell apart.
Hypothetically, if a girl was coming from Texas to Vegas to visit you, how would you handle that?
Hypothetically, you say. What do you mean, how would I handle it? I would...
where would you go?
Nowhere.
What would you see?
Nowhere. It's quarantine. Nowhere.
That's what I said.
I would say, hey, come hang out at my house. AKA Berkey's house, AKA the place that has all the amenities. You want a hot tub? You got a hot tub.
Thing is,
you want a sauna? You got a sauna.
I'm a very private person, so I don't like.
Or you have your own wing of the house.
That's true.
You have the second master. I don't charge you enough.
Mm-mm.
I don't charge you enough at all.
What are you talking about, man?
I don't charge you enough.
I pay like enough.
Dust. You pay dust. To get a 1-bedroom apartment in Vegas is what you pay for your room, and you have 4,000 square feet of
4,000 square feet.
The house is
What do you
4,000 square
think?
feet.
Anyway.
Plus a half acre in backyard. Come on, man.
So you would bring her to the house is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm down to meet a nice young lady of yours.
All right, we'll see what happens. This hypothetical is not of yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah. Hypothetically.
throwing out some ideas.
Uh-huh.
Like, where do I stand? And where does this person that I talk about stand? Anyway.
I think you have to weigh the COVID liability.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need a test before anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we came back from, I might just hold this thing in my hands for the rest. All right, so we came back from Austin. It was different this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that it wasn't as wild as the first time we went. Right?
Yeah, the stream brings it out of people for sure.
I think people want to be on stream.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
There's like an allure to the stream. Your friends are watching, crazy things happen on stream. Like pots get huge. It's a little different. This time it was a little different. It was a little bit more tame. You were battling heavy
Yeah,
with.
speak for yourself. I got fucking wrecked.
Yeah, well,
I got wrecked in indirect ways though. Like I lost on an app game that I hate. I don't know why I play it because I don't know what's going on, but it feels a little. It doesn't sit well with me.
yeah.
The way I'm losing.
Yeah.
And the thing is like it's probably 100% on the up and up, but just because there's this shroud of mystery to it, it feels bad. You know, it's not the same as me showing up to a casino where I know I'm not being cheated. So I lost like 16K on the app, and then I lost like 15K cross booking against Lynn, where I lost almost nothing in the session, and she just broke the fucking game.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of that back on the last day at least.
That's true. I was there for that part.
So I was fortunate.
But it was weird, right? It wasn't the same. It was a little bit different, but it was enjoyable. I really like the fact that a lot of people in Texas really like when we show up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, they just kind of like our appeal. They like the fact that we give some action. They like the fact that we're interacting. We're not like big timing people or whatever. We're just kind of like there. We have fun, you know, like
I think we like also genuinely like them. Like I like Bones a lot.
yeah.
He's my man from Pittsburgh. He's down there holding it down. Like he's the OG of the Austin crew, you know?
But he's so tight though.
Yeah, of course. That's because he's the OG. You know? Like the old head is never gonna be the action guy.
Yeah.
Like that's not how it works. He's the one setting lessons and examples for the young up and comers. It's like, look, I was you once, and you're gonna learn someday you can't put it all on the line.
Yeah.
And that's Bones' role. You know, he plays mentor to some kids now. I respect
He
that.
really does though play the mentor game of
Yeah.
like he plays mentor to like Westlake or whatever.
Yeah, and I like Westlake a lot. The kid got hard. He got nittier since we saw him last, which means he probably went broke.
Way
in between.
nittier. He's
Yeah,
way
yeah.
nittier now.
For sure. He definitely went bust and then flush again.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somewhere between March and now, and I respect that process. Like I've been down that hole. He'll stay tight for the next couple of months. He'll get bored, and then we'll see our man just like pop it off again.
Yeah. He's tighter now. I mean, I get it. I've been there.
I bet he wasn't tight when he was doing the 1-3 prop bet.
No.
He
So
was fire.
it's a crazy prop bet, actually. I think, I want to talk about it. Like, so he had to win 10,000 in a week. Right. And every half hour.
Not in a week. He
Was it
had
5
to play,
days?
No, he had a month, but he had to play a stupid amount of hours, like 150 hours, something. I think it was 150 hours. He couldn't play less.
Okay.
So he had to maintain a
Oh,
10K
it was
profit.
literally a week. Yeah. It had 150 hours in a week. He had to do it in a week.
Okay.
And then day one, he like popped off really big. It was literally a week.
Oh, I think it was 5K. Because he won 3,700. And then Bones bought out.
I think it was 10K and Bo's bought off for 7.
That part's what he bought out for is accurate, but I think that he only had to win 5.
Okay. Okay, fine.
But he should have, I mean, he has to maintain that win rate over hundreds of hours.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Should have just held on tight.
Yeah,
couldn't have been a
but
week.
he had to do push-ups. He had to do 25 push-ups every half an hour.
Yeah. But also, it couldn't have been a week because he had to play well over 100 hours. You just can't play 100 hours in a week. There aren't enough hours in the week.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Okay, so maybe it was a month.
Yeah.
Still hard though.
But yeah, so he like,
What was your biggest win at like low stakes?
I remember the first time I ever played 510 uncapped.
That's not low stakes.
But it was at the time. I mean, like looking back on it, the average stack was probably like 2K.
That's still not low stakes though. Like you understand?
It was for me. I started playing 5-5. I just jumped right
like
into
low
5-5.
stakes is like 1-3-2-5 cap. Like it's
I
not-
mean, I played 5-5 at Salamanca Casino when I was in college. I went on a Friday and didn't leave until Monday morning. Never got up. I just played 5-5 straight through 3 days. And the game like broke down to like 4 people and then filled back up and then broke back down and filled back up. And I ended up winning like 5,500
all right, that's
on my
pretty
first
big.
$500 buy-in.
That's pretty good. That's pretty big. My biggest win, I was playing 1-2 Borgata, 300 cap. And I think I won like 3K, which was like, feels like a lot. I mean, it is a lot. Yeah. I wanted mad sets that day though.
I won 12K playing heads up PLO online on full tilt at 2-4.
Yeah, that's a lot.
3 different times, twice against the same opponent. This kid overbet 86. I'll never forget him.
Overbet 86.
I was in for 1 buy-in and ran it up to like 12-5. And I remember like years later, after I'd moved to Vegas, made a deep run in the main and like started to make a little bit of a name for myself. He like hit me up out of nowhere on Skype and like he just like stayed in close contact. We talked strategy for like the better part of like a year. He probably like left the game and shit like that since then. But yeah, he was just like kind of telling me like I just ruined him. For a short period of time.
Texas was lit. So there's a lot of rooms in Texas. Potentially we could be going back to Texas, seeing what develops. There's other rooms out there, seeing what happens. What is your kind of outlook?
I think I have a very skewed vantage point of what the ecosystem looks like there, because I only have the experience of the 2 card rooms that we've been to, and it's a massive overlap of the players that play, at least at the stakes that we're playing. There seems to be a lot of turnover at like the 1-2, 1-3 level. Yeah. Maybe even the 2-5, whatever. But to me, the ecosystem looks very small.
Well, we also only went to the smallest of the 3 cities.
Agreed. I don't know that the Austin scene's smaller than...
It has to be smaller than Dallas and Houston.
Well, no, Dallas is new, right? Dallas just got their first card house from I think TCH is the first card house to have anything in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but still,
I could be wrong. Yes, population wise,
right? Dallas
is huge, and for a long time, I've heard about these legendary underground games in Dallas, and I still hear about legendary underground games in Houston. 500,000
below, 500,000 no limit.
Yeah. So I guess I just have a very zoomed in approach where I'm not sure what the actual ecosystem looks like, and it could just be like it's a very new market. But what I do know is there's a lot of fucking money in Texas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tech money in Austin. There's a lot of oil money in Houston, San Antonio, and there's a lot of just like high-end business money in Dallas. So I think there is the potential for a massive poker ecosystem there, especially judging by like just the general or what the average game is. Just the average game there is very behind the strategic times, let's say. I would say it's a lot closer to a live game that you would have witnessed on the East Coast, maybe current day, but definitely like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
we've always talked about like East Coast, West Coast poker. East Coast always seems to be on the looser, aggressive side of things.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, West Coast is like that too, like in like LA.
Well, you go where the pockets of money are.
Right. LA and New York are always like super action. 5x open, 6x opens are very normal, you know, especially in like the lower stakes.
But the difference is that the East Coast doesn't get the high stakes.
No,
there seems to be a hard ceiling at like 10-25.
Even less, bro. Like it's like 5-10 is most of the action at Borgata now, you know. 10-10 on Tuesdays at Parks is like that's the biggest game you're gonna get. Like 10-25 is very select at Borgata.
Yeah, even Florida, like those games kind of died. They turned into PLO.
Yeah, and private. So but yeah, I feel like Texas has this potential, right? It's the potential, right? You could set up 10-25 games, could set up 5-10 games. It's just a matter of, and it's also this. They have this weird structure that incentivizes people to play smaller, but the game's actually kind of big. So since they have this like match stack / uncapped games, a lot of these like 5-5, 5-10 games are actually super, like they're not 5'10". Like,
Right.
it's not what's advertised, right?
Yeah,
It's actually much bigger. Like, you could easily lose like 10K in like a 5'10".
It's like both
game.
nice and scary. It's nice because you don't have to worry about creating scale. So you don't have to worry about having a stepping stone for 1-3 players to go to 2-5, 2-5 players to go to 5'10, 5'10 to go to 10-25, etc. You just kind of like mix the pools together, and it disincentivizes anybody from becoming like super great. So like there ends up being fewer standouts, which is also pretty awesome for people like running these games as well as the local ecosystem. What's not great about it is, though, because the games play so deep and so big, the loose money has a tendency to kind of like fall pretty quickly, or at least it can. The counter argument to that is, well, if you just did a more traditional ladder like approach where you cap all the games but you have everything up to like 25, 50 or 50, 100, the loose money is just going to go play the biggest stakes anyway. And now that larger pool of people who are trying to eat never actually get to play with that.
Right. It's interesting, right? Because like you can play 5-5 because it's 5-5 no cap, right? So you can play 5-5 no cap with 1,000, right? And if you're coming up, you might get in some really good spots,
right? Where,
you know, certain people are in the game and they're like kind of like going off, right? And you can win like 5,000, where that wouldn't happen in like you
just get shut out if it's 10x the stakes.
Yeah, you'll never play.
Yeah.
Like you'll never play if it's like 10-25. You're never gonna sit, right? So it's an interesting scenario like that. I mean, I'm interested to see how it develops. The negative part about it is I kind of feel as if it's almost like when Florida was like that. Like too many people are kind of talking about it, so it becomes like an open secret.
There's a big difference between the small concentration of wealth in South Florida as opposed to all of Texas.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, right? Or like
the only difference is, or the only scary thing is the proximity. Like Houston's not very far. Houston and San Antonio not very far from Austin as far as like driving goes.
No, San Antonio's on the other side. Is Dallas, you mean? Right?
No, I don't know. San Antonio was like an hour and a half because people were going to Rounders.
Oh, okay.
And then coming back. I think Houston's a little bit further, but it's definitely like a doable drive. Dallas, I think, is the furthest. It's south. So it's southeast. So I think it's like maybe 3.5, 4 hours, where the other ones are within 2 hours. But like all of that proximity is reasonably close. Dallas would be the toughest place to round from because you're a flight away from the other 3 cities. Whereas like if you're centralized in Austin or San Antonio, you may be able to like round all 3 cities at the same time.
I think we should go to Austin. Talk to those tech people. Be like, listen, we got a startup. We're trying to make it. And like, I know you like poker. I like poker. We know about equities. We know about markets. Like, throw us $1 million. Like, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's light for you guys. Like, that's like weekend money. Like,
sure.
You know, if you have a shorty flying
strip club money.
Yeah, like, bro, they have the strip club every day.
The strip clubs are popping.
Need to open up a strip club. Solve For Why Strip. like for the strip, whatever you want to call it. Like,
sure.
Them things are making piles in Austin. Like,
yeah.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Like, remember that song? Like from Drake? Like, yo, we need to open up a strip club in Houston. Like, bro, what is going on? Like, the strip clubs are making piles of money. Like, I used to play this underground game in Jersey City where like the whole point of the game was to wait until 2 a.m. right? Because at 2 a.m. the strip club closed, right? And the strippers would come play poker with us. Like, it was, bro, like it was the best. It was literally the best. Like, and then, you know, some days we could throw some back. Like we would go to the strip club, throw a couple of dollars. Yeah. You had to do it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to Sol. You know, she was out there, like, you know, she was doing her thing. Like, yo, that was like the best time. You just play 5-5 no limit hold'em with Ice Cream Neil, Sol the Sol the stripper. Like, it was the fucking lit. Like, my man, there was another Neil that was just had like a BMW M6, like he with the red interior. Like, that man who, like, my man, he was like Greek Tom. Like, yo, these guys were amazing. Greek Tom had a Greek restaurant. Honestly.
Yeah, no, of course,
like,
of course. I played in a game with Mike the Greek. I understand how it works. Whenever you have nicknames of what ethnicity people are, what their job title is, or what business it is that they own, that's a good game.
They used to say,
good game.
They used to say like Christian has a PhD in poker. But I was just tight as fuck. Like it would be like 5-5. You would just open to 100 if you have queens, and it goes call. Like, and then you just wait. Like you
just want to see what happens. Let's take a flop. Let's see 3.
No, they would literally say, "I'm only gonna call to crack you." Like they would just like literally say that, and I'm like, "All right, you have like 10% equity." Yeah. But it was good times, man. Those games were great. They're still great, you know. Anyway, so that's the plan in Texas. I don't know, man.
We got a lot of cities to visit. We haven't been to Houston. We haven't been to Dallas. We haven't been to San Antonio.
Listen, if you guys are out there and you're in Houston and you know the strip club scene, I'm coming to Houston, but I'm definitely going to the strip club. Because, bro, if Drake is talking about the strip clubs in Vegas, I mean, not Vegas, in Houston, they got to be lit. Sure. He said he fell in love 3 times in Houston. I mean, I'm trying to see what's up. I went to Austin. I fell in love twice.
Sure.
All right, Houston, bring it on. I got the money in my bag. Like, let's go. Like, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, got my man out there, like oil tycoon John. Like, he's telling me about all the shit that's going down. Like, he's signing the checks. Like, he's the man. Yeah. He calls me a Yankee. Yeah. He's like, you fucking Yankee. The fuck out of here. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, all right, just call.
Yeah, he got me good.
He's good, man. He's fun. All right. So, High Stakes Poker came out with their preview clip today. They announced their broadcasters. A lot of people were expecting Nick Schulman. They passed on Nick. They brought back Gabe Kaplan. And I am slightly forgetting the other person's name, actually.
It's Gabe and... Wow, I'm going to draw a blank now, too. For no good reason, because I literally just read it. AJ.
Yeah. Legendaries. Like, I don't know if you could have drawn 2 better guys than that. The clip was fascinating, actually. I thought that the clip did a really good job of highlighting what we're expected to see. There was a couple like jabs out there, you know, the Barrett, you know, Paris Hilton, got a little bit of a throw. We saw Lynn saying like, I've never prayed for something more in my life. We said like she was clearly in a big pot, like she was praying for the hold or something. We saw someone else say, you guys never fucking fold. Like, there was a lot of fun things. There was another person saying like, oh, I learned from the best, and he looked at Tom Dwan, whatever. So I thought the clip was great. It was like 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's what trailers are supposed to do.
Yeah, I get it. But like, you know, there's a lot of trailers and they're kind of trash, you know, like sometimes I watch like some of the trailers out there for like some movie and shit. I'm like, yo, I'm not watching that shit. Like sometimes I show up early to the movie theater and I like show up for the trailer, right? Like,
yeah.
Like I tell Shorty, I'm like, listen, we got to go a little early because I like the trailers or whatever, you know? And then I'm like, yo, I'm not watching any of these shits. Like sometimes it's just like, okay, like you guys could have came up with a better trailer. Like who's in charge of your trailer game? Like it's just kind of trash. Like, I'm literally thinking about like Jurassic Park. Like like I don't like Jurassic Park. It's kind of
I've never seen the original.
Never watch it. It's just like super trash. Like the only movie I've ever walked out in my life was literally Jurassic Park. Like I've walked
the original Jurassic Park.
I don't know.
You were 6.
I don't know which one it was, but I left.
Maybe like Jurassic World.
I left the theater.
Wow.
I had sex in the floor of a movie theater once. I'm never
what
do
the
that.
Fuck?
Never do that again.
On the floor of a movie theater?
Yeah. We just put the North Face on the floor. We're in the back.
Well, yeah, I would hope.
It was kind of lit. Like, shout out to Selena. She was kind of cool.
Well, who was on top?
Obviously, I was on top, bro.
Obviously? That's obvious?
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, bro. I don't know. You know? Shout out to the Mayfair Theater in West New York, you know?
Who fucks in a theater? Bro, get a hand job like everybody else, man. You're selfish.
I play high stakes. You know what I'm saying? I play high stakes, you know?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't know how much more we got, bro. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of crazy.
Oh, man. I hope I pressed record. I can't let this one get away.
Bro, we wear it on the floor. Like we put like the coats, you know?
Sure. Yeah. No, sure. The coat, it was down. That was so you didn't have, sticky shit on you. That's great. She had sticky shit on her, obviously.
No, the coats did a good job. Anyway, this shit's done. Texas was nice.
The king of segues.
I'm just saying. Okay, so we just finished doing a stream. You're gonna be streaming more. You're gonna be streaming the WSOP main event, allegedly the main event.
That's right.
We've talked about the main event bullshit before, like, oh, is it the main event? Is it not the main event? My man from like fucking Hungary or something, he won. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's the main event, but sure, we're gonna play. I was kind of like torn on playing because I feel like a lot of poker players like talk shit, but then they play anyway. I don't know. I guess I'll play because it's the main event.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Who wants $1 million? That sounds terrible.
So you're playing?
Yeah, I'm fucking playing.
You're gonna stream it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream it.
You're gonna give away money?
I'm gonna give away some equity in the event for sure. We're gonna do a giveaway Friday. So the day that this drops, we will be giving away. Actually, by the time this drops, they'll probably have missed it because the poke stream is prior.
But if you didn't miss it,
right,
you have to be a Solve For Why TV member /subscriber /fan of the site.
Yeah.
If you're not, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. You're not getting shit. All right. You have to be a Solve For Why member of the site. You have to comment on this podcast. Tell us who you dated, who you were making out with in the theater. I don't know. Something. And then you're in the mix. You're in the mix.
Yeah. Tune in Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific. That's when my stream is going to start. I'll be giving away at least 5% that day.
Wow.
Not to one person.
5% of the main event.
Yeah. Imagine if I won it and just like had to ship somebody or a collection of people $200K. Like who else gives away $200,000? Oh my God, that would break my heart a little bit.
I think you would go down as a legend.
That would really hurt my soul.
What do you think about this main event? Do you think it's going to be a big turnout?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. The Wind's running complimentary 10K high rollers in town this weekend as well. So I think like we're going to get, that field that would otherwise play them. But from what I saw from last weekend, those fields were fucking soft. Like those final tables were nice. They weren't 10K final tables. Let's go with that.
No, they were 10K final tables. Like there were like 6 pros and like 3 not pros. I think that's kind of.
I think you're being liberal on the degree of pros you're offering here.
They're pros. What do you want me to say, man? They're pros.
I'm just saying there's a big fall off from like Sean Winter to the next tier.
Yeah, there always is,
Sure.
Somebody's a fish to somebody always.
Yeah, for sure. All I'm saying is that like, I think it's going to be a good event. Now, I don't think it's a 1.5 markup event, which I got a DM today about, which is fucking crazy.
There was a lot of markup police going on Twitter today. There was a lot of like, oh, these guys are selling crazy, like 1 point something, like, and it's like every year we're gonna do this every.
Honest to God, I don't know that this person is beating 10Ks at even.
This is how we do it. Ready? There has to be a shorting market.
How?
I don't know. I don't know.
Timex is the only person who could do it.
Yeah, Timex needs to be like, listen, I'm gonna short you. Period.
Yeah.
What's up? What you got?
But the problem is that he still has to make money. So, for instance, Joe Smith is selling at 1.5. Let's say he's break even at the event.
Yeah.
You can't short him.
Right.
Because you can't offer 0.9.
Yeah.
You could offer 1.1, but like now you're kind of still taking the worst of it.
Yeah. I kind of feel
you can offer even, I guess.
I kind of feel like, I'm still like not as big of a name where I could still like kind of like get Timex one time, Like I'll just be like, listen, I'm selling for the parts.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I think I fucked that up. I think you could offer like 1.1 or 1.2.
Yeah, but somebody has to buy, right?
Yeah, but if people are buying already at 1.5, they're certainly going to buy at 1.1, 1.2, and you're still getting the best of it because this person might only be break even. So you're just making on the margin.
Yeah, Timex, let us know, man. We'll get in business together.
Yeah, I take it all back. Timex could definitely short.
I kind of want Timex to give me a price, Me, Parks, 1,500.
He gives us the worst prices ever.
But I'm still small time, bro. Like, he's not gonna be like, yo, you're so good. Like, all this shit. Like,
I was nobody when I played 2016 Super High Roller, and I think he had me marked up at like 1.15.
How? Like, what the fuck?
Because I was a pro in a field that had 10 amateurs.
All right, listen, Timex. I'm a cash game player. I don't know anything about no tournaments. Like, give me a price. Like, I'm probably losing in this 10K. Like, it's fucking $10,000. Like,
I'm sure your backers are just thrilled right now.
Yeah, like, listen, the backers, like, they don't even want to throw me in this.
Here's
like,
why
you're gonna be fine.
Here's why what you're saying isn't helpful to you.
Why?
You'll never get sub 1.
How? Listen. I'm a cash game player. Right? I got coached by you. Everybody thinks you're terrible.
Yeah, but I'll never get 0.9 on an online fucking 10K.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Listen, Timex,
like that was what happened. That's why, like, the only reason I was even fishing for a price in 2016 is because I was hoping I would come out a dog. Because I saw like Helmuth was priced at like 0.9 and stuff. So I was hoping I would be too, because I could have just bought more of my own action at face. So it's like, anytime you have the option to buy more action at face, which you do of yourself.
I don't know. Allegedly, I could be broke.
You can't get a better price than face.
Time. Listen. Doug Polk called me a coward, man. Like, I'm not going to bluff. I'm not going to fucking bluff. Like, I can't run bluffs. I'm a live pro. Like, just throw me a nice price. 0.8. I'm probably losing. Like, it's all good, bro. Don't worry, you're gonna make money.
Just find somebody in the field that you truly think is losing with a big ego and crossbook.
Listen, Lynn, I got you. Like, if you want to throw it off, a little crossbook, a little 10%, I got you. Like, something light, maybe 5%, because maybe she might rip off and win this shit. I might owe her like 200,000. Like, it might be smaller.
I would appreciate that pain.
Like, that would be so much pain. Like, all right, I guess I'm playing 2-5 at the win. Here we go, 15. Oh God, here we go again. Just like, oh God.
Yeah, you're too old now for the pain to like for me to wish the pain upon you.
It's like, when are we gonna get Dennis Blyden again? Like, all right, guys.
Oh man,
I don't know what's gonna happen. It is true though. The older you get, like, the more you just like don't want the pain. You're like,
yeah,
I can't lose 100,000.
Yeah, like a little part of me wishes a little bit of pain on Landon. Not so much that like it breaks him, but like enough that it builds him.
He
stronger.
was so quiet when he was down 10,000.
I know.
He was like, I just want to play a hand. He was just like so quiet. Like, yeah,
This is a great Landon impression, by the way.
I just had to call
more.
You just pay and call. You just pay and lose. It's like you don't just always pay and lose. You could fold. Like,
nah, I'm with him. Pay and lose. Sleep well.
No, exploitative people fold when people don't bluff. There's a lot of weird hands that happened today in that heads up challenge, man. I feel like Doug's not bluffing all the time. Like,
well, spoiler alert.
Yeah, these ace 3-4 check raise. Like, get out of here, bro. You got it.
Yeah, maybe.
Turn king. Like, he's just bombing all in. Like, bomb over bet. It's like, bro, you're just finding the bluffs on the ace 3-4 two-tone turn king when you're not the original raiser.
Mm-hmm. I
don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't buy it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to whatever fucking machine he's using in real time. I'll say how it is, man. I don't know if that's really what it is, but I'm just, people got their fucking spreadsheets. They got their fucking I'm done. Play live or don't play.
Wow. What a hard stance to take.
No, I mean, I'm just, I'm a live pro. I love poker. All right. I hope you all enjoyed. Wait, do we have other shit to talk about?
Probably. We've only been going for 28 minutes.
This is what my girl says. Like, It is what it is. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
The shortest goddamn podcast ever.
I don't got any more topics, man. Like, we ran through all the topics. Like, what do you guys want me to talk about? Like,
Let's get back to this movie theater.
nah. Come on, man. I can't give away all my shit. Like, you know, the movie theater was lit. Like Mayfair at the West New York, New Jersey. Like, shit was kind of lit. I don't know if it's still open. They might have fucking lost money, but.
Well, yeah. Nobody's out there policing teenagers banging in the back row.
I wonder what she's doing nowadays.
I'm gonna hit her up.
I wonder what she's doing nowadays, you know?
Oh man. You're just a goddamn train wreck.
I'm not a train wreck.
What happened? This is only 2 Trulies. How much alcohol is in there?
But they're not 2 Trulies. It's literally like the extra large. like
the Four Loko?
Yeah, it's yo, Four Loko used to be lit when I was young.
When you were young.
Yeah, like I was like a teenager. Like people got Four Loko, then they banned it. I don't know why they banned it. I think some kid died in New York or something.
What was the special thing about Four Loko? It had caffeine?
I don't know what it was, but it was really strong. It was really bad for you.
Yeah.
People were like collecting Four Loko because they knew it got banned. So they were like hoarding the Four Loko. Like it was crazy. Like
your shit's going down. That's what your girl said.
Yeah, whatever, you know.
You leave the studio for a month, you come back, your shit don't work.
This is what you asked for, okay? You are like, oh, we're gonna do the drunk podcast.
Yeah, I wanted more than 28 minutes.
I mean, I get it, but what you want? Like, I don't even got any more topics. We talked about Texas. We talked about your stream. We talked about the movie theater. We talked about high stakes poker, markups. Like, that's it. Like, what you guys want? Like, it's 30 minutes. Like, okay. Like, it's not every day. It's like an hour and a half of Berkey. Yep. Like, okay. Like, we get it. Like, Berkey's a smart person that talks about poker. Sometimes he worries about the fucking Rock. Like, you listen to the Rock fucking all the time?
No, almost never. What would I listen to him do? He doesn't.
Oh, let's talk.
anything.
I got another topic for you. So you got this new podcast that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're doing, but like you want to like have a secondary podcast that's like not the Solve For Why Vlogcast.
It's on the Solve For Why channel.
Yes, it's on the channel.
Yeah.
And it's called Consider This.
Yeah. ... Ellipses.
What?
Ellipses.
What does that mean? Is that a name?
It means ...
Ellipse?
Yeah.
That's definitely like a super Dominican name. Like, oh yeah, ellipse. Like they come, you know, ellipse, ellipsia. Like, yeah, I know someone like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Ellipse.
Sure.
That's super Dominican.
Okay.
So then what's your goal with this, Consider This ... podcast, Ellipse?
I just think like over the year of us doing, or longer now, year and a half of us doing the Vlogcast, there's been a lot of opportunities for us to attempt interviews. But I don't think that's what this is. Like, this has always just been a kind of you and me shooting the shit, talking about current events. And, you know, at some point, it's supposed to have a vlog also.
Why don't we just name it the podcast? Like, it's not going to be a vlogcast. Like no one's going to vlog about, what are you going to vlog about? You played poker after dark. You didn't even vlog about it.
I've done my vlogging. I've put in my vlogging dues. You can find a solid year of the Solve For Why Chronicles of mostly me vlogging.
Okay.
And you kind of like tagging along here and there. It'd be great if you started picking up the fucking camera and taking it to movie theaters.
Chill, bro.
You know, getting on.
That's like, don't you see the FBI sign in the front? like as soon as the movie's theaters, there's an FBI, like no filming allowed.
I don't want you to film the movie. I want to know what's going on in that back row. You know, we need some stories. We need a little chin confessional outside the movie theater.
I'll see what
get a little chin lifestyle. You know, you're on this. You have this big time goal that you want to meet from the lifestyle perspective. We'd love to follow along. I think Landon also is looking to get into the grind. He keeps making these fucking weight loss bests and then eating all the goddamn cookies. So like, I don't know what his plan of attack is, but it seems like he wants to make a change. Hopefully. So like, you know, there's room for the lifestyle elements, and I would love to work them back into the quote unquote vlogcast. As far as Consider This goes, I just think that like it's nice to have an interview style podcast. I think it's something that we both can potentially be good at. I'm not so confident that I'm necessarily the right person for the gig per se. But the first one felt okay with Edwards. Granted, I know him well. I just did one with Travis, one part of Pigtails production, who is the main component of developing To Be Determined. So that'll come out and will coincide with the launch of To Be Determined. I don't know, man. I think that we need to have some ancillary things that branch off into other areas other than poker. And this probably just will never be that. Right? We have a very loyal following, and they all want to hear about high stakes stories and the latest drama in the online streets and everything else that we have a hot take on.
I want to interview one of those strippers from Houston.
You can do that now on Consider This.
Consider this dance. I don't know. I agree. I think it's kind of cool. We do have some people lined up that I think people would enjoy. I think that those people are kind of cool. I'm fans of them. I don't know if we should say their names, because then what if they don't show up? Then that's gonna be sucking, But then you guys could tweet at them.
That's true.
You
can hit them up. Ultimately, I think that the platform itself is just a means to an end of having conversation with intelligent people who rose to the top of their respected fields and can kind of give a glimpse into the process. So I think people are just heavily interested in what different walks of life look like who have had success at what they do. And let's face facts, those are the people that get interviewed for podcasts.
Yeah.
You don't see very often a random 9-to-5er or and I don't mean to frame it in such a way that those people aren't important. It's just those people don't stand out, and it's hard to pluck them out of the crowd and say okay, we should interview this factory worker. Now, I do think that that's kind of interesting in a project in and of itself. I used to watch this show Dirty Jobs on Discovery Channel, and he used to go through all of these different industrial jobs, and he would just do them for a day, interviewing workers along the way and stuff like that. It was awesome. But the problem is he had to really carry the load because the show was about him. It was about his experience. It wasn't about the guests. And the big thing that I wanted to accomplish with Consider This was really shifting the narrative off of you and I and putting it instead on the guest.
Yeah, we ain't shit.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that we're trying to, in most instances, rise to the level of the people that we're interviewing. What do you think about the new podcast project?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I think that I would love to hear what these people have to say, because some of these people are they have more money than me. So
sure. That's the ultimate equalizer.
I'm all about that money, man. I'm all about maybe it's because I grew up poor. My mom always was she said I could be whatever I want to be as long as I'm the best in what I'm doing. She was like, oh, you could be un limpia plato. That means someone that cleans the dishes, right? She's like, but you have to be the best. And I kind of agree. I took that and I was like, yeah, maybe that's the thing. You got to be the best at what you do.
That's fascinating to me.
Why?
Because I don't see that really shine through in your personality.
I'm secretly, I secretly do try my best to be the best poker player I can be.
Yeah. I think you grind poker hard.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, it's not all you do.
Dude, I grind poker hard and I try to be the best poker player I could be, which you want me to do.
Yeah. I guess that makes some sense why everything else will then suffer to some degree.
I don't know, man. You gotta ask those girls. I'm fine. Do my thing, I don't know what you're talking about. You just want me to fucking fast for a week. Why don't you just fast for a week and then just hit the sauna?
Yeah.
Eat fucking 400 calories a day.
Yeah, that's how you start.
Only protein.
That's how you start. You fucking throw a monkey wrench in the system. You say, hey.
Meditate for 30 minutes.
That's right. Get after it.
Sit in the sun.
Reset everything.
Sit in the sun for 10 minutes. But
Yep.
make sure you wear sunscreen.
Yeah. And then week 2, you're just after it.
No, wait, that was week 1?
Yeah, it's week 1.
I thought that was it.
Nah, it's week 1. And then week 2, you do all that stuff to a lesser degree.
A lesser degree?
Yeah, you like fast for 15 hours or 16 hours.
I think you need like your own little cult. You
Why
know,
do I need a
like
cult?
you need like your own, like you and Nick Howard should start a separate cult and then see who like whose tribe rises to the top. You know, like you guys just start like a bet. You know, like
I don't
listen,
have the fucking energy for
you
it.
have one cult, I'll have one cult, right?
Mhm.
And then whoever has the most success stories like wins the bet, 100,000.
Sure.
That's kind of a good idea.
It's not really a good idea.
You can make
at
a show. Like
No, I don't want to make a show.
it's like, you ever seen like the Ultimate Fighter, like of UFC? Like they both have their own camps. Like one wears yellow, the other one is blue, and then they all live in like a separate house or whatever, and then like they fight. You know, this could be your thing.
Yeah, but they actually fight. What are we doing? We're just building a cult to do what?
I don't know. Go to the top of the fucking mountain and meditate, and then drink shit. Like
And who wins?
whoever has the most fucking
Whichever cult commits suicide first, the other one wins.
whoever's cult has the most unicorns. Right, that's what they call it in Silicon
Sure.
Valley, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whoever creates the most fucking like Uber,
Uh-huh.
and whoever creates the most fucking PayPal.
So I'm
like,
trying to create a tech cult.
it could be whatever cult you want. Like
Right.
it could be like the fitness cult. Whoever
I don't
has,
know what the fuck I'm doing. How am I supposed to lead a cult?
however Nick Howard needs his cult. Like he definitely has a cult. Like I don't know what the name is, but it's a cult. I like him too,
I don't
but I'm
know.
not joining the cult. I like him. He's a cult leader. Like
Maybe I'll interview you for Consider This.
I'm a good interview, man.
We're
I'm
going to
just-
dig a little deeper into
But I'm
this
good on the
movie thing.
segues. You got to be slick. You got to be ready. Like
You're not. You think you're good at the segues.
I'll just like whoop, like oh tough ball, like hardball question. Whoop, see ya.
Uh-huh.
Like I learned from Kobe, man. He was like, whoop, see ya.
Why don't you ever do any podcasts?
About what?
Just your backstory, your journey.
And what do people want to know? Like they could just tune into this podcast.
They
I don't wanna-
could.
I don't want to give more people other like we need our shine. Like we need our Google. We need our fucking Amazon. We need our
sure, but
truly.
it's definitely a collaborative effort. Like you can't be bigger than the community if you never participate in the
I don't
community.
want to be bigger than the community. I just want to like this is it. Ready? I want to make my money on the low. You know, like I don't want like you know, if Doug Polk thinks like I'm a coward, I just want to make a nice like couple million on the low, and then just like do like Cole South, right? Just be like, see ya. Like I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna be an angel investor. Oh, you're good at poker? Here you go. Like, and that's it.
I gotta tell
You
you,
know?
a couple million is not enough for that sort of trajectory.
How much money did Cole South make? God damn. Like, this guy must have made a lot.
Probably like 5 to 10.
Okay, I just want to make a nice 5. And that's it. Just like, whoop, move to Austin.
If you had 5 million, you'd still be fucking going to the B every day that you saw a game that you could open sit. You don't know anything else.
I don't have a lot of ego, though. Honestly, I don't. Like, yeah, I'll play some 50, 100, you know? But I'm not going to sit there with fucking Jason Kuhn and be like, yeah, I want to learn. Go ahead. Heads up. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, listen, you're a good player. Like, if you want to play this guy and like, if your backers fall off, like I got you, you know, like that kind of thing. Like, but honestly, I don't know. Like, the older I get, I'm like, okay, I play high. I already play kind of big.
You
right?
feel accomplished?
No, I feel accomplished.
Like
Ish.
you feel satisfied?
Ish.
Like satiated, if you will?
Like I had a good meal, but it wasn't the best meal. It wasn't like Carbone, but I had like a really good pizza. You know?
Are you the best dishwasher you could be?
You know, I was a good dishwasher. My mom's proud of me. Like she's like, yeah, you did good. You know?
Yeah, but you got another 35 years to do good.
But like, do you want to play poker forever? I don't know, man. Like it's good. Like I've done well. I want to keep playing. I want to keep doing well. But there's a lot of opportunities in this world. Like you can move to San Francisco. You can move to Austin. You can move to Miami. Goldman Sachs just moved their headquarters to Miami. You're in the mix. You know, you can move to New York City. There's so many opportunities in this world.
I'm not sure what location has to do with anything.
A lot. Like if you want to be in the mix of things, you have to be in the location of the mix, right? If you want to play high stakes poker, where are you going to be? You can't be in fucking Omaha, Nebraska,
Sure.
right? You got to be in Vegas. You got to be in LA. It's just how it works, right?
Okay.
You got to be in Macau.
Yeah.
There's only 3 places you can be, right? Unless you're in some underground city in Miami or something.
Okay.
Right? Okay. If you want to be in tech, where are you going to be? You can't be in Vegas. You got to be in San Francisco. You got to be in Austin.
The difference is, to be in LA, Vegas, or Macau to play high stakes poker, you have to be good at poker. To be in San Francisco, New York, Miami, or Austin for tech, you have to have some sort of technical skill.
Right. Everyone has a move, right?
What's your skill set?
This is how it works. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
When Tim Ferriss moved to San Francisco, he had no skills. He was just a smart kid that got in the mix.
He had a Harvard degree.
He went to Princeton.
Whatever.
So
He had an Ivy League degree.
He went to Princeton. That's cool. When Chamath moved, he just went straight from Canada. He have no Ivy League degree. He just moved.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta go.
But he was also an early adopter in Facebook.
Listen, you just gotta go. That's that's
I
the
don't
first
think
step.
these guys. I think you're saying these guys moved with like a pile of risk and fell into something important. I think it's the exact opposite. I think they moved risk free and were like
nothing's
foot in the
risk-free.
door.
This is what happens. You move to Vegas. You trying to make it. You just go, right? You
But
just
that's
go.
risk free. You
What's
have a
risk-free?
skill set to leverage.
Skill sets allegedly. You think half these kids that move here are good at poker? Tell me. Be honest.
No, but
Okay,
like
exactly.
But
right?
they think they're good, so they're at least leveraging what skill they believe
exactly.
they have.
You just gotta go.
But what do you think you're good at?
We don't know until you find out. You just gotta go. You gotta go. You have some money in your pocket. You go. And I am a fucking social genius. That's what you don't understand. I am in the mix.
Well,
I'm
going to throw something out there for you, buddy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. The buddy, the chief. Here we go. Oh, good call, chief. Good call, buddy. Good call, big guy. Like, here we go with the fucking like passive aggressive names. Here we go. Go ahead. Go ahead, boss.
Christ.
Go ahead. Tell me more.
All I'm saying is we have a nice little company right here that if your social genius is as leverageable as you say, we could make some fucking money.
That's why. Tune in. Consider this. We got some bomb ass guests lined up. We got some Bitcoin moguls. We got some TV moguls. We got some law moguls. We're in the fucking mix. Big guy.
Oh man. Oh Christ. I there's so much I want to do and so much that I worry is a short-term fill.
What do you mean?
Like there are just so many projects that I have my toes dipped in that feel like they have long-term benefits, but very likely are just short-term fixes for I guess next step projects, if you will. Like I want to finish up these whiteboard videos. It's going to require me writing 25 scripts. Feels important. Feels like I'll be very accomplished when I'm finished with it. Also feels like it could just be something that in 6 months is rendered useless. I really want to finish my blog that I left off in 2016, where I just like complete my backstory through high stakes, et cetera, et cetera. Feels important. Feels like it would be a nice way to draw attention to the company, to draw attention to this backstory that people can relate to. I don't know, man. I'm not like Eric Thomas or Inky Johnson or people who are actually driving like high numbers to.
You don't do it until you do it, though.
Yeah, I get it.
Like Inky Johnson, like
He's legit.
Yeah, he's super legit. Like, but he wasn't like.
The thing is,
he wasn't that until he was that.
No, but he kind of was, right? Like I'm sure he polished himself, but his story is so fucking powerful that he couldn't help but become a motivational
your
speaker.
story is powerful too. Like,
But that's my point: is that you have to lay the groundwork. You have to let the dominoes fall as they may.
Yeah.
So it's like I do have to finish this blog, and I do have to finish these other projects that I have my toes dipped in to free up time and space and energy.
Let's
for
try
all
to
this
get
stuff.
your story right now. Ready?
I was projecting this onto you. I'm saying the same thing.
Wait. Okay. I was in the rural Pittsburgh streets. Cockroaches all over the bed. My mom just sniffing coke.
She was way too poor to sniff coke.
Okay,
She
whatever.
smoked crack.
All right. Even worse. Okay. My mom's shooting up crack.
You don't shoot up crack. Do you know what crack is?
Okay, man. Wait, man. Let me finish. God damn. Now I gotta start again. Okay.
All right, let me give you a little lesson in drugs. Okay, cocaine is fine white powder that is generally pretty pure and is snorted or whatever.
Okay.
Like the higher
Which one's crack? Oh, you
the higher the grade of cocaine.
Crack is like you. It's in like a
Crack is the equivalent of like processed food. Okay. Crack is like a little bit of cocaine and a whole bunch of other fucked up shit that they put into it to make it into a rock.
We're in the mean streets of Pittsburgh.
You're not in the mean streets of anything.
Crack all over the fucking streets. Roaches on the kitchen sink. Didn't stop me though.
Is this a rap song?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to think of Inky Johnson right now, okay? Every day I woke up at 5 a.m. to throw fucking baseballs at the wall.
Bro, this guy was fucking a D1.
He was in Tennessee. He was lit. He was
projected to be a top 3 round draft pick and just got his entire fucking left side crippled.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, like that kind of shit is way, way more traumatic than just having like fucked up parents. You have a dream yanked away from you.
You were in the mix, you were trying to be a baseball star.
It's the opposite.
Boom.
I think that a lot of any success that I've encountered is a byproduct of having to have grown up fast. Like, I think that a lot of who I am today for the better is because of like how I had to grow up. So like, I don't think any of that hardship that I may have encountered as a kid is any sort of like negative. Whereas like a guy like Inky Johnson, who literally had the world at his fingertips, he's very likely, like if we just look at it through the lens of sheer EV, his expected value over the next 10 years of his life is to probably become, definitely a deca-millionaire, maybe 100-millionaire, depending upon how good he is, the timing of it all and everything else.
But he's like guaranteed 10.
Yeah, he's guaranteed for sure to be a deca-millionaire. It might be multiples of that, right? Depending on endorsements, how many years he signs, yada, yada, yada. And then just one freak play and it's all gone. Mm-hmm. And like now this guy's earning power just went from being in the elite, maybe 0.1%, to now like having to scramble amongst the average, right? Like, not saying that he falls or plummets to an everyday working man. Obviously he has a lot of talent. Like we've seen that in his story, but to have to pick yourself back up where you were expected to be an elite something, and now all of a sudden you're expected to just basically grind. Mm-hmm. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes his story so powerful, is that it empowers people who feel like they're trapped in the rat race, who feel like life is too much for them and it's bearing down on them. He's just like, listen, like I was at peak and I can never get to that peak again because it was snatched away from me in a second, but yet I found another peak.
Move wherever you want to move. If you want to go to Austin and you want to work for Uber, do it. If you want to go to San Francisco and you want to work for some fucking startup named Pipe, do it.
The only fucking Uber you're going to be working for is goddamn driving, and you don't have a license.
If you want to go to Miami and you want to work for the new fucking Goldman Sachs that just moved to Miami, do it. If you want to throw in 100,000 in Bitcoin, borrow it. Do it. Just live your life.
Borrow 100,000 for Bitcoin?
I didn't do it, but people have done it. Just do it. Leverage your fucking life. Leverage your skills.
Talk to me about what you're leveraging, because I agree with everything you're saying. I just want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
I'm leveraging my skill sets,
which is
my social genius. I've leveraged that. Mm-hmm. Leveraged my poker. Mm-hmm. Leveraged my ability to speak freely in an open discussion. Leveraging my media ability.
What are the multiples? What are we looking at here?
Everything adds up over time. It's not just like, I don't just have like a multiple.
No, I agree.
Like when you start up Amazon, you don't just have multiples. You just work, and then one day it's just like boom, Amazon.
Oh, I mean that's not.
And if Amazon wants to show up here and throw us a little nugget of information or a little nugget of money, then I'll just write Amazon right
Bro,
here.
all these nuggets you ask for, we don't have anything to offer them in return. We have to identify our value prop.
Listen, wait a second. What do you mean you don't have
What's
anything?
our value prop?
Listen, wait a second, okay? You think Joe Rogan don't have anything to offer?
He does.
Listen, wait. Okay. Don't make me throw out another truly. Okay. No one can replicate this podcast again.
Sure.
Right? You can't do it because they don't have a Matt Berkey, super high roller bowl Matt Berkey, right? From the streets of Pittsburgh, mom was in the crack. like fucking wearing fucking watches that fucking tell you if you slept enough. Like nobody has that, right? No one else has like a Dominican poker player from North Bergen, New Jersey that was playing underground games, right? Like just like
fucking in the back of
smashing chicks and like and playing underground, calling people terrible. Like they don't have that, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a new fucking scope.
So you're right. I agree with that.
Right. So you can't replicate it.
But
so
we
it's
also
a
don't have
unique
anything
skill.
to leverage yet.
Listen, you know how many podcasts Joe Rogan made?
Yeah.
Infinite.
Yeah.
He made infinite podcasts. This is like number 80.
Yeah.
He made like 500 before people were like, oh shit, Joe Rogan's kind of good.
I agree.
Right? But it's Joe Rogan. It's Joe Rogan. You can't replicate Joe Rogan. You can't replicate Oprah. You can't replicate these people.
I
Right?
agree.
They can't replicate Pittsburgh in the streets. Yeah. Can't replicate like the mean streets of Pittsburgh. Mom was a drug addict. Like you can't do that. Cockroaches in the kitchen sink throwing a baseball at the wall. You can't do that. You can't replicate like smashing in the Mayfair Theater. Like like playing 5-5 with Ice Cream Neil. Like you just can't do it again. Right? So this is it. You just can't replicate it. That's what you're offering, like the uniqueness of the personality.
A lot of time and hard work to be able to leverage that, though.
Yeah, you have to show up. You have to tell people you were throwing baseball at the wall. You have to tell people you were smashing the Mayfair Theater. And then one day,
I think we just need a lot more drunk pods.
And then one day, people are like, "Yeah, I'll do a podcast with you." Even though I have 400,000 people that follow me for Bitcoin, I'll fucking do it because you know what? I like this kid. And I like your story. And I like the fact that people fuck with you like that. And then someone is like, oh, I'm like, okay, cool. And then someone else that writes like a fucking legendary poker movie is like, yeah, you know what? I'll fuck with you guys. Like, because you guys are kind of cool. And like, you guys have a unique story. Like throwing baseball at the wall, like at 90 miles an hour. Like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You were smashing the movie theater. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'll come on your podcast, tell my story, tell you guys how to like actually like blow up and shit. And like how to write like a legendary fucking allegedly billions. I don't know. And then someone else is like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of like big time in law right now in New York City, but like, I like you guys. You guys could like kind of like cool. And that's cool. And that's what happens. And then someone else in the fucking comment section, like, Christian says like too much. And I'm like, yo, fuck this guy. And that's it. That's who we are.
This is my favorite version of you.
I'm just saying.
This is hands down my favorite vlogcast that we've ever done, without any question.
What are you talking about?
I hope that Dave does us a little bit of justice with the edits. It's not going to need much. It's just going to need a quick sprucing up. You know, cut out a little smidge here and there. Maybe not name the girl who's in your DM. Just a little bit of tact. That's all we need the editor for. Just a smidge of tact.
The people want to know.
End of the day, this is without a doubt my absolute favorite podcast, and that is including the unreleased version of the Doug Polk rank.
Well, I'm glad fucking Nick Howard got showered. This guy still hasn't returned my fucking Dominican flag.
It's never come back. I actually don't think he has it. I know where
he better not have it.
No,
that's what I'm saying. All right. Well, if you all enjoyed this podcast, what episode?
25.
Episode number 25, season number 2. Hit the like button, subscribe. Come on. This is the realest podcast you're ever going to see. Ain't nobody here squashing fucking Trulies out here, like doing it up, telling you about all the backstories, baseball throwing at the wall, smashing chicks in the back of the theater, 5-5 with Ice Cream Neil, like fucking watches that tell you that you haven't slept 17 hours in the last like 3 days. Like nobody's doing this kind of stuff. Nobody's telling you how to make it. If you want to move to Miami and work at the new Goldman Sachs, go. Just go right now. Book a fucking flight. I don't give a fuck. Tell me in the comment section where you live and I'll fucking help you. I'll send you a fucking meal. I don't give a fuck. Uber Eats works. Good night.
not gonna do
good luck.
nothing. You are not above me. I bet you wish you was me. I know it, I know.